Class of English. My name is Oksana, and we are going to talk about marriage. I think that today's class is going to be interesting. In case you are married, single, or divorced, join our discussion and give your tips how to survive in a marriage. Let's make a little pause and wait for some students to come. I suppose that some of you is going to be in time today. And now I've got a minute to prepare my materials. Hi, how are you? Hello, do you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, I
Yes,
can't
I
hear
hear
you.
you very well.
I can't hear you.
I hear you very well.
What's your
I
name? Can you introduce yourself?
I hear you very well.
Okay, great. What's your name? Introduce yourself,
My
please.
name okay. My name is Munet. I'm
Munet,
from Algeria. I'm
Algeria.
26. Yes,
You're
I'm
26.
26 years old.
Okay, so are you studying English?
Yes, but not very well.
Okay, but
I studied
I'm.
English, but here in Algeria, they use more French more than English.
Mhm.
So, so I can find persons which I can speak with them English.
Yes, I understand you. So it's a good
So
idea
I
to
want to
learn.
enhance.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want to enhance my English with you if
Mhm. Good
you
idea.
accept me.
Yes, that's really great. I hope and I'm sure about that you're going to like our studies
Thank
at
you
this
very
site
much.
and everything is going to be fine.
Thank you.
Okay. How was your day today? Do you work or do you study?
Now I work.
You work. Hmm. Great. Did
I'm
you go
buying cars.
buying and selling cars?
I work
Hmm.
I work in uh,
So,
It
what
will
do you
be
do for life?
I can hear you. What do you say?
What do you do for life? What's your job?
Now I'm working at Runo. If you know the mark of cars, Runo,
Hmm. I
it's a
see.
French mark. Runo, you know it?
Is it a bank?
No, it's a place where they buy cars.
I'm asking again and again because I don't hear you quite well. That's why I'm asking. I see only some words that you say. That's why. Okay.
I work in the place where they buy cars.
In the place where they buy
Cars.
cars.
Yes.
In the car
Mark
saloon.
Runo, French. It's a French mark.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Good.
Runo,
Yeah.
you know it?
Well, fine. That's really great. And today we are going to talk about marriage and the traditional
Okay.
vocabularies that is connected with this topic. So, wedding vocabulary. We are going to discuss some questions connected to this topic. So, what do you think about marriage? Are there some traditions in your country to arrange it in some way?
Yes, of course. We have some traditions here in Algeria. Uh, well, here in Algeria, marriage, it's something very nice between two couples. So we started by engaging, then marriage.
Okay, good of you. So, I see that you've got some traditions connected with marriage, and now let's read a text and discuss it. In the chat box, there is a link. Click on the link and open the file, please.
Where is the link?
Yes, the title is Marriage. Can you open the file? Can you open it?
I can't find the link here. I'm connected with a tablet.
You're with the tablet. Okay, yes, great. Good. So we are going to discuss some questions.
Where
Question
can I
number
find
one.
the link?
Mm-hmm.
I have another mobile beside me. When can I find the link?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll try to give you the link. Good?
Okay.
Yes, just a moment. So open it in another window, maybe, if you can.
Let's see.
Can you open it?
No, I
No, you
didn't
can't.
find the link.
So, okay, so we are going to discuss some questions. And let's discuss them. So question number one, at what age do most people in your country get married?
Before age is between 16, 15, 15,
35 and 50.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
And
what about
now,
you? Are you
now
single or married?
for me, I love to wait a little.
Yes, yes, I
And
understand.
but there is a
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yes, that's great. That sounds great. Thank you. And we've got one more student here. Michael, hello, how are you? Michael, do you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Oksana.
How are you? Are you
I'm
fine?
fine.
Good,
Yes.
great. We've got one more very interesting student.
Yes.
Our student is from Algeria,
Uh-huh.
and she is interested in learning languages. And we've got some problems because she's using a tablet. So.
Hi, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
So,
It could be great if you could send a link to Mona.
okay, I can do it.
Okay. Good. Great. Thank you for helping me. Today we are going to... Yes?
Send it from here.
Yes, sure.
Okay, now I'm resended it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, please open the link.
I didn't find the link yet.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Oh my
Good.
What do you need?
Yes, okay. While you are trying to open the link, let's start our class again, and let's ask Michael. Today we are going to talk about marriage. Do you think that it is an interesting topic to discuss?
Say, maybe it's a usual thing for all people. Maybe
Yes.
that is interesting for all. Because of that, that is interesting for all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you for your answer. And another question to you. So at what age is it popular in our country to get married?
I think it's near the maybe from 25 to 30.
Yes, I agree
Yes.
with you. Mm-hmm. And Mona, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes. So as far as I remember, you've told us that in Algeria, people usually get married at the age of...
Before now it's about 21, between 20 and 25.
20 and 25. Okay. Michael, could you help us with a mic? There is a little problem, and it is not so very clear to hear what Mona is talking about.
Maybe we can try to talk all time because it's hard to read and talk. I think it's hard if you use tablet.
I didn't hear you well. What are you saying? Repeat, please, Michael.
Yes, okay. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you think? If you have a wedding party, how many guests would arrive? Michael?
Okay. How many? What?
How many guests are you going to invite to a party, to a wedding party?
I prefer to don't invite guests.
Yes,
But
thank you.
I know it's like a tradition, but for me it's like I just prefer to don't share it.
Yes, okay.
I don't know why. I need to think of why.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Good answer. What about you, Mona? Do you agree with Michael? Do you think that it is good not to invite guests to your
Yes.
wedding party?
Yes. Yes. For me now, I have a man, I have a part of me, but I want to wait a little. Maybe next year,
Mhm.
I must be married, or he will kill me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your answer. So I still would like to know how many guests would you like to invite? Do you understand me?
Yes.
So 30, 40, or 100?
For me, about 50.
Or you didn't think about it yet? Okay. Well, it depends. If a person has got a wish to invite lots of friends, he or she may do it. Or in case the person likes privacy and wants to be alone with his future wife and husband, they prefer not to invite people. Okay? Mona, let us think about it.
It's a problem with the internet. It was a problem with the internet because it's like sound delay, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, I think
Okay, good.
now we have another. We can work with this file because
You can.
I think.
Thank you. Here is the link. Please click on the on it and open the file.
1 second. Okay, I open it.
Good, great. So here is the text. Let's read it. You're welcome.
The first tape script, yeah, the text script.
Yes.
Okay, getting married is one of the happiest days in anyone's life. Being married is also full of happiness, but there are also many difficulties. It isn't always easy to be married. You have to put up with your spouses that have moved forever. You have to negotiate and
compromise many things.
From
who's first
goes in the
bathroom
in the mornings to where you go on location. Married also has many wonderful sides to eat. You have a lifelong friend who will love you forever. You share many wonderful times together and support each other through good and bad times. And you grow old together and years of memories. I think being married is great for our soul.
For yourself. Yes, thank you for reading. Do you agree with the saying that being married is great for our souls?
Sorry, I have a problem with my connection.
Yes, I understand. It's okay. You're welcome to our class again. We are going to talk and discuss some things. And we got one more student. Yulia, hello, how are you? Do you hear us?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
That's great. How was your day today?
My day? It's okay.
I haven't heard from you lately. I have been missing you. What have you been doing?
It's true.
Yes, sure. I remember your cat.
My
My daughter always asks me about that lady that has got a cat. And she asked me if she was present at the class or not. And
no, my cat go away because I was absent about 1 month, and when I came back yesterday, my cat doesn't return.
I see. Oh, it's a problem.
Yeah, he goes away.
I hope that he is going to come back, and everything is going to be
I hope
okay.
so.
Yes. So
Mm.
okay. And today we are going to talk about families, weddings, and marriages. Are you single or married?
Me? I'm single, but I decided to find some husband soon.
So, do you think that marriage helps us to find a
Yes,
soulmate?
because yes, I need some husband who can take care about my horse. It's very important because my horse, he's very sad.
Sad.
Yes, because I want to find another horse for my Стрелка. His name is Стрелка.
Yes, I understand.
I need
Yeah.
some man who can take care about my horses. So I decided to maybe find some husband.
I see. Okay. Okay, that's great. And here we've got a link. Please click on the link and you'll open a handout of today's class.
Okay.
It's a text about marriage.
Mm.
And Michael, I'd like you to open this link as well, because it seems to me that you've opened the site, but not the link. Yes. So
Yeah,
please.
what about the Muna? She hear us or not?
I've sent her a link of the site, but she couldn't open it, and I've sent a link of a document, but she also failed to do it. But she's also away now. I'm sorry about it. Okay, it's okay. Let's wait for her to come back. But while we are waiting, let's discuss some questions. Open the handout, please. Yulia, Michael, you're welcome. Okay. Yulia, can you open it?
Yes, I open it.
That's great. Great. And here we've got the text about marriage. Yulia, you're welcome to read.
Okay. Getting married is one of the happiest days of anyone's life. Being married is also full of happiness, but there are also many
Difficulties.
It isn't always easy to be married. You have to put up with your spouse's bad habits and moods
Forever.
forever. You have to
Negotiate.
and compromise on many things, from who's first in the bathroom in the morning to where you go on vacation. Of course, being married also has many wonderful sides to it. You have a lifelong
friend
who will love you forever. You share many wonderful times together and support each other through
Yes. Good and bad times.
through good and bad times, and you grow old together and look
back
on years of happy memories. I think being married is great for you. So
For you, so yes, good reading. Thank you. And a question to you: what do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of being married?
adventures because it's
Pros and cons.
sorry, it's me.
Yes, for you.
Adventures because it's very good. It's very happiness to live in a family.
Yes.
When you have a good husband and good children, but it's sacrifice of many things and it's difficulties.
And there are some difficulties in marriage. Yes. Thank you, Michael. What do you think? What are the advantages and disadvantages of being married?
It's hard to say. Maybe if you choose the right person, it minimizes disadvantages.
Yes. Okay. What do you think? The limits or limitations of your freedom. Is this an advantage or a disadvantage? Michael, what do you think?
Limitation of freedom is
or restriction of freedom. Is it an advantage or a disadvantage?
It's a disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay. Yes, thank you. Yulia, what do you think? Is it important to have lots of freedom being married?
No, I think it's a good examples and Orthodox family or Christian family where the husband it's head of family and wife wife
is a companion. Husband, yes.
Sumis and wife and I don't know what these words. Слушается мужа.
Obey.
Obey to husband.
Her husband.
To husband.
Because listen and hear, this is the ability of a person, and obey, подкоряться, слушаться, такое другое. Okay, some different meaning.
Husband must to be take care about his wife. It's a good example of family.
Yes. However, what do you think? Who should be a bread maker of a family? A husband or a wife? Or they should do it together? Who should be a bread maker? Who should provide financial?
Yes, the husband.
Husband
and wife must to get in the world many children.
Such a way, in such a way. Okay, thank you, Michael. What do you think about sharing the duties and responsibilities in the family? So, what do you think? Who should provide the financial background of the family? Who should be a bread maker of the family? A husband or wife, or both?
It's hard to say. I think now it depends on situation in the family, and sometimes we have a different variant.
Different
to answer on this question, because sometimes we can see how women take all financial in a family, but sometimes another.
Yes, I understand you. So, as far as I've understood, it depends upon the situation. There are different situations, and in different situations, we can have different variants how to find a way out of this situation. And we've got Mona. What do you think? Mona, do you hear us?
Yes.
Yes. So, in your culture, in your country, who is the bread maker of the family? A husband or a wife?
The two.
Both. Both.
Both.
A husband and a wife. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it tradition?
They
Is it a tradition?
yes, traditions.
So, do you think that it is important that a husband and a wife should have equal rights in the marriage? Yes, Mona?
Can you repeat, please? Can you repeat? I didn't hear you well.
So, what do you think? Is it important that a husband and a wife should have equal rights in the marriage? I hope that you agree with me, and I think that it is very important that a husband and a wife have got equal rights and share responsibilities in their family life. Michael, do you agree with me?
Could you repeat, because I just speak in chat and I don't hear it.
Yes, okay, thank you. What do you think about rights? So is it important that a husband and a wife should have equal rights in the family?
Equal, it's mean
Равные. Equal rights.
I think it's interesting because it's like a situation when it's как удобно, it's possible to, how to say it right, I don't know. А как удобно для обоих?
For both, equal rights for both. So, so the way they agree how to do it is the best way out. So agreement in the family is a good way out of this situation, I think. Yulia, what do you think about equal rights in the family?
No, it's a big mistake. Because of this is equality, many divorced. I think it's better like what was before.
Why do you think there are so many divorces in our time? What are the main reasons of divorces? What do you think, Yulia?
Because now many people are selfish, and the woman wanted to make a career.
A career.
Career, yeah. And
what do you think? What do you think is more important for a woman, a career or a private life and family life?
Family life, because the children, the mother more important for little children than father. If children grow up without mother, they will be not very balanced. Not very balanced.
Yes, thank you. Michael, do you agree with Yulia?
It's hard to say because I don't think about it a lot of time. I need to, and after that I can answer.
Yes.
I'm agree with Yulia all time.
I agree with Yulia too. Okay, or as well. Fine. And Michael, what do you think are the reasons of divorces?
As the reasons of divorces, it's hard to say. Maybe you can give us like a list of this.
Yes, I can. For example, career, choosing a career or a private life. And the next is paying too much attention to hobbies, for example, driving cars or going on the business trips too often, not paying attention to his wife or husband. That could be enough, or having another man or another woman, or something like that. or alcohol, or some bad habits, smoking?
Now you talk about it's like something. But it's like a bad part of the maybe worker habits, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I think it's not connected with marriage. It's like a usual thing, usual thing which have all people or don't have it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And yeah, it's have как влияние.
Influence?
To
have influence?
If people have these habits, maybe or bad working process. I mean, working like vocation, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's make your marriage life maybe
better. That could improve their private life. Yes. Okay. Yes, I agree with you. Yulia, what do you think? Do you agree with Michael about this aspect?
I don't hear. What did you? What did doesn't say?
So that going to vacation or having some trips to another country, for example, on holidays, could improve the situation in the family, and people could avoid divorcing and go on with their family life. Do you think that it is a good idea?
Yes, it's exactly.
Exactly. Yes, you agree. Okay. So, what do you think about the in-laws? For example, father and mother of your future husband, and father and mother of yours. So, how to communicate with them, and how to find a compromise, and not to have conflicts with them. Is it possible or not? So, father-in-law and mother-in-law. So,
yes, understood.
when you get a mother-in-law and a father-in-law, how is it possible to communicate with them without conflicts?
You ask who?
Yes, Yulia, you're welcome.
Yes, it's possible. It depends of the woman, wife, for example. But she is как смиренная,
obedient.
Obedient. She can communicate without problem with parents-in-law. Because the parents-in-law prefer the daughter-in-law when she kind, when she take care of his son and so on.
I agree with you completely. Good. And Michael, do you agree with Yulia that it is a good way out to communicate with parents-in-law without conflicts?
What do you mean? Communicate when you don't live both?
For example, with your parents-in-law. How is it possible? Can you give us some advice or some tips?
I cannot. I think maybe if you have some problem, you need to try live как отдельно.
Separately
with this person. Maybe it helps.
It's a good way out. Yes, thank you. And Yulia, do you think that living together could help avoiding conflicts?
Live together? No, it's will be many problems with because the parent-in-law go to intervene to new family.
Interfere with a new family. and try to give some advice and something like that, and it could be a little bit difficult. Okay. Mona, do you hear us? Mona, do you hear us? Yes. Can you follow our discussion? Do you? Mm-hmm. So in Algeria, in your country, how do the people live? Do they prefer to live separately from their parents-in-law, or do they live together?
Nowadays, they like to live separately better than living with the parents, because they want to avoid many problems.
Yes. And in your future life, what would you prefer, to live separately?
Yes. I hope that
It's a good idea.
we want to live with him
Mm-hmm.
to avoid problems, as I.
To avoid problems. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Do you know anyone who has had an arranged marriage? Yulia.
What about
Arranged marriage. Someone helped to find a husband or a wife, for example, marriage agency, or
no, it's not good.
it's not so good. Are you sure about it? So it's
No.
a kind of arranged marriage.
No, it's not. I don't agree with this system to for find the husband or
Husband or a wife. Okay. And sometimes people get married because of the financial problems and because of financial difficulties, and find someone rich and think that it could be a good way out of the situation. For example, lots of girls would like to marry a rich person, a rich man. Do you think that such a marriage could last for a long time, Yulia?
yes, it's possible. It depends on the person, because I know some women who like the riches.
Riches.
Riches,
Mhm.
and this is woman will done everything for keep a husband,
Mhm.
keep the family, because they like money.
I see, I see. Well, Michael, do you agree with Yulia? What's your point of view about this problem?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the problem
Yes.
about?
Or are you busy?
No, I can talk. Just repeat it, and
Okay. So what do you think about arranged marriages?
arrange marriages. What is it? Arrange.
Marriages, браки по расчету. Arranged marriages.
Arrange.
Mhm.
I see on this like a fact. Now we can see a lot of such situation maybe on TV, in some TV shows. Yes, happen.
Yes.
Maybe if if people want to do and they don't understand what happened, it's possible.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for your answer. And a question to Mona. Do you hear us?
Yes.
So what's
Yes, I hear you.
the most important thing in marriage, love or money?
It's a difficult questions, but for me, I think love is the first thing to do. Is better than money, because money it's fast, but love not.
So money do not always win, do not always help. Did I
Yeah.
understand you in the right way? Yes, okay. Yulia, do you agree with Mona?
Yes. Sometimes I know this is a good good family. For example, the woman meet some very kind man, and maybe she doesn't fall in love with him, but she thinks it's a very kind and good man, and she will be very good for my children, and like that we can have a good family, maybe more good family. When the passion is the marriage broke very quickly.
Yes, I agree with you. Okay, thank you for your answer. And Michael, what do you think? What's most important thing in the marriage, love or money?
It's like a question before that. I think in usual situation it's like about love, yes, and sometimes it's about money.
Yes, you know, so that people are divided into two categories. Some of them were married because they loved and didn't have a financial background, and they regret that they didn't arrange their marriage. And the other arranged their marriage, and they regret because they didn't get married because of love. So do you think that it is the right way of situation, that it is really so, Michael?
I think it's like unreal situation. Because it's not как не прямая, not
Indirect.
Not direct
Indirect.
thinking. It's like you change the definition of this process.
We have to change the definition. Yes, okay, because you know sometimes girls are trying to get married and think that the feelings and love is going to come later in the marriage, and they find a rich husband and live, but sometimes their marriages is not very successful, and the others get married and have some feelings, but do not feel the financial background, and also their marriages finish in not so very good situation. So, what do you think is the way out, Yulia?
Way out? When a bad situation? At first, it's better if you have a religion, венчание, wedding, yes. And it's when this is like that, you must go to the priest and ask the prayer and so on.
So, would you like to be to have a wedding ceremony in your life?
No, I'm ceremonial in my life. Yes, if I go to the marriage, yes, I do like that. I go to church, and before I ask about, for example, if I find the future husband, I ask some priest about him. Yeah. If I have a benediction, I go to the church wedding. Wedding.
Good idea, thank you, Michael. What do you think about wedding? Is it important? Wedding in church?
Yes, very important, most important.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
What do you think about the wedding in church?
I just agree with you. I think it's not just very important, but it's look more interesting than your wedding.
In a civil ceremony.
Yes. No, it's probably not apartment, places in maybe in not a Soviet building, something like it. It's book not
It's
so
boring. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay, Yulia, what do you think? Is the wedding ceremony that is a civil ceremony boring?
No, it's not boring. It's a it's most great day in the life.
But you know, it looks like something not very, you know, how to say it. When you have a wedding in a church, you have a it's like beautiful scenes around you. Not scenes, beautiful place around you, and you have maybe а как сказать, такое же настроение,
The same mood?
the same mood. And if you go to the civil, how to name it, Oksana?
Civil house.
Civil house. The places which I see, it's,
To be married.
it's very ugly. If sometimes you оказываешься там,
You appear there.
then you don't feel nothing.
Uncomfortable. A little
Yes,
uncomfortable there. Yes, okay. Thank you for your answers. Yulia, do you agree with Michael?
Yes.
Yes, that's great. That's great. What do you think about marriages with the foreigners, with the people from another culture or another country? Do you think that such marriages could be long-lasting ones or not? Yulia, what do you think?
I think it's depend of the person, but in general, it's very difficult to have a mixed marriage because you have there are different culture, different religions sometimes.
Religions. Yes.
It's not so.
Thank you. Mona, do you agree with Yulia? What do you think about mixed marriages with the representatives of different cultures and different countries? Mona, do you hear us?
Can you repeat, please? I didn't hear you well.
Yes. What do you think about mixed marriages?
Maybe sometimes it's good, sometimes it depends on the person.
Could you marry a man from another race?
Maybe if I accept him and like him, maybe. Why not?
Why not? Yes, okay. Thank you. Yulia, do you agree with Mona? Do you think that it is possible to get married with a person of another race, with a representative of another race?
It's possible everything, but after it's
time.
After it's risk, but it's possible. You can marriage with
get married
with everybody, but this is a risk.
Yes, I understand you completely because people have got different backgrounds and different cultural traditions and different points of view on the world, and it's difficult for them to get on together, I think, and it could be challenging a little bit. Michael, what do you think about such type of marriages?
I think, like you know, it's possible, but I don't know. It depends on people. If a person see this situation, yes, I mean, when he get married with a person of another race and maybe from another countries. I see it's a good maybe we haven't something bad in this situation.
I understand you. Good, thank you. Yulia, what about you? What do you think? So are we going to change after we get married, or we remain the same?
And change?
Mhm.
Yes, because family life it's different. It's different.
Different.
Difficult and different, and the person change their compartment, compartment and mind. So
Yes.
on.
What about the responsibilities and duties? Sometimes it is very difficult to share the duties. So a husband should do that and a wife should do that. What do you think a husband should do? And what do you think a wife should do? Yulia?
The husband must to take care of all the family. It's about financial problems and many things like that. And the wife must take care of children, husband, many work at home.
To work about the house and to take care of children and take care about the husband, to do work about the husband and something like that. Okay, good. And Mona, what do you think? What are the responsibilities of a husband and a wife in your country? Mona, do you hear us?
I can hear you well.
So what do you think are the responsibilities of a husband and a wife? Their duties in the house. What should a wife and a husband do about the house and about working? What do you think?
They should help each other.
Do they have to? A husband should?
Yes.
Okay. What should a husband do? Okay, I think that Mona is not able to hear us. Okay, Michael, what do you think? What are the major responsibilities of a wife and a husband?
I don't know. I think we have something like tradition in this question.
Do you like cooking?
No, I'm never cooking.
I don't like it. What about washing dishes?
What
And,
about like or dislike? I just never cook.
So you think that it could be the responsibilities of a wife, right?
If she don't want to do this,
doesn't want to.
possible to eat in the restaurants. Now we have a lot of places where you can eat in other cities. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. So if she doesn't want to cook, and you also do not like this idea, so you can both go and have some food somewhere else. Yes.
I just not just I usually do
the way you usually do. Yes, good idea. Thank you. Yulia, do you agree with Michael?
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yes, I see. Get a way out of the situation. Thank you. And I think that being married is a good thing, and lots of people find a real soulmate for the rest of their lives. And it is a good idea to have a family and children where both a husband and a wife help each other and are good companions for the rest of their lives, and they support each other in difficult situations. And I think that ideal families exist, and people can find their halves, and it is quite possible. I wish you to have the understanding and support in your future families, and I hope that everything is going to be the best way possible in your lives. Thank you for today's class, and I invite you to our next classes. And bye for now. If you don't have questions, see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you so much.
You're welcome. Bye bye.